We are looking at John's Freestyle Above the Water, commentary by Coach Chris. We're going to let this run in real time. Solid turn, John. Get a little more snap out of those kicks. All right, so we're going to talk recovery because it looks like John's trying to do more of a freestyle straight arm recovery. Now, to be clear, the straight arm recovery is a power stroke. So when you're thinking about developing a straight arm recovery on freestyle, you use it to create lift, to maximize power, especially during high turnover. So it's good for the 50 free, 100 free, and parts of the 200 free. Okay, this is not the same recovery you want for a 500 free, a mile, maybe a 200 free in the middle. So what you need to think about is the straighter the arm, faster we're trying to go generally. More bent the elbow, the more we're trying to hold on to something like a long distance swim. And it doesn't mean you have to have if you're doing a straight arm stroke, doesn't mean you have to bend the elbow all the way to 90 degrees like you would if you were swimming with a bent elbow. But think about that as you're swimming. If you're doing something that's longer distance, relax the arm a little bit. Don't swim with such a straight arm. And if you're going sprint free, make sure you're pushing through the back, getting those arms as straight as possible on that recovery so that you get up high in the water. Generally, those are some rules of thumb. So let's go ahead and pan forward here. So he's got a real good finish. We can actually see this. I mean, he's pushing through the surface, finishing really well. Now, if you look at his hand orientation, though, this is something that I wanted to talk about. Right now, the top of his hand is aiming down. Or sometimes it's easier to think of it, his palm is up towards the surface, towards the ceiling. Once we finish that stroke, once we've pulled through the water, as our arm comes up on that back half of the recovery, as we're coming up on this back half of the recovery, the rise, we need to rotate the palm down so that the arm gets in a comfortable neutral position. If you keep that palm up like you are, the hand's going to have to go out to the side because you can't rotate your arm that direction, not comfortably and not with any speed. So on this recovery part, this first phase, the rising phase of the recovery, we need to make sure that we're pushing through, and once our hand starts coming into the air and we start lifting the arm, that we roll the palm down towards the water so that we get in a comfortable position. By the end of the rise, our arm will be a little bit higher than his is now. It should be more up in the air, a little more over the top. It'll be a much more comfortable position. Watch that. He pushed through. Now his right arm seems to be turning just a little bit more than the left. He's getting in that thumb down butterfly position. So push through, rotate the palm down and lift, or rotate the palm down as your arm is rising up on that rising phase of the recovery. I like this part because one of the common mistakes I see, and he actually makes it with his left arm, but his right arm's better because that's the side he breathes to. You watch, once he gets to the top of the stroke, he relaxes the arm a little, lets the hand get in front. You can see that bent arm here. He lets the hand get in front a little bit so the elbow bends just a little bit. That is good freestyle. And his hand comes in fingertips first. That is what I want to see on the left side. So the falling phase, he's got the rising phase and the falling phase of the recovery. On the falling phase, you want to do exactly what John's doing with this right arm. Relax it, let the hand take the lead, and let it drive in just like this, and we'll frame back. So you go from that straight arm, let the arm bend, fingertips leading the way, palm down as we extend and the hand enters the water. So that right arm's good. Left arm, let's watch. Again, he doesn't get the palm down. His palm is up the whole way. He keeps it straight, and he reaches straight, so he never really gets that bend like on that right side. So really liking the right arm stroke Want to see you get that palm down more on that left arm on the rise, and then let the hand take the lead a little more on the fall. Fancy way of saying make the left side look like your right side. Again, good turn, getting the feet over, tight to the body, landing on our back, pushing off, nice glide. You want to see a little more snap with a little too much knee bend. Just bring the heels up and then drive them down with a little more snap. Kind of a big breath on a breakout. I'd rather him not take that breath, but if he does, he needs to breathe low. That's just a little bit too low, but nice high recovery on that stroke. Again, that right arm, you can see it here. Perfect view. Armpits coming out because you got such a nice high recovery. Look at the hands taking the lead. Hands the first thing in. He's not slapping the whole arm down. That's a good stroke. Left arm, keeping straight. Look at that whole arm slam down. All that water is energy he just lost on that left side. And it's more work he's going to have to do because he's got to push through all that water. So, really nice. Just want to see that right side, left side kind of get more consistent. Let the hand take the lead on the left side. Just keep working on trying to develop that recovery so that we're getting nice and high over the top on that left side, getting that palm down on the left side, letting the hand take the lead on the fall of the recovery on that left side. Right side's looking pretty good. Left side, I'd like to see just make some tweaks, which is common for this age range because we tend to favor the side we tend to favor, and it's very, very hard to develop that symmetrical technique. A lot more difficult than you would think, especially for a sport like swimming. You'd think it'd come easy. It doesn't always come easy. So I like a lot of what I'm seeing with this freestyle. We're doing a lot of the stuff we talk about. Keep it up. We're going to head below water and take a look.